I don't even know what I want this video to be. Maybe it's just going to be a lightning round of things that we can pay attention to as Montreal Canadiens fans heading into 2024-2025. Because we had ourselves a tweet made by the Habitant on Twitter that I thought was really illuminating as to how great everything seems to be for the Montreal Canadiens right now. And yeah, I'm saying right now. Even though the Montreal Canadiens are not going to be some Stanley Cup, whatever contender, like they're not going to be first in the East, they're not going to win the Eastern Conference, they're not going to win the Cup anytime soon. Or, okay, maybe like in a few years, who knows what can happen then. But right now, at least, in 2024-2025, they're not supposed to be too amazing. But that does not shake off how crazy things have gotten the past few days and how crazy things will be heading into next season. This is the most excited I've been for the start of an NHL season in a decade, the Habitant said. Why? Here's why. Juraj Slafkovsky's breakout season, Laine Hutson's first pro season, Ivan Demidov in the KHL, Patrik Laine's redemption arc, Nick Suzuki, point-per-game season, first Hab in so long, Cole Caufield has a healthy shoulder, David Reinbacher's first full North American season, Kirby Dach being back and healthy, and Michael Hage's first season physically healthy and mentally in a better place in the best college development program in the nation. We're going to be able to see electric hockey all season across Montreal, Laval, SKA, and UMich. It's going to be a fun season to be a Montreal Canadiens fan. And yeah, you know, how many points is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 9 things. And I think we could go turbo mode and just kind of spend a minute talking about each of these things in a video. Juraj Slafkovsky, breakout season. Is he going to do it? Honestly, yeah. Based off of how he had played towards the end of this previous season, this guy's got that dog in him. He's staying on his feet. He's getting more confident. He is scoring goals, scoring hat tricks, and putting himself in much better positions to succeed. With more chemistry with guys like Caufield and Suzuki, there's going to be a lot to look forward to out of Juraj Slafkovsky, and I don't think anybody's going to disagree. If he has, let's say, a 60, 65-point year, are people surprised about that? I'm not really too sure. In fact, maybe the ceiling for Juraj could get even as high as a 70-point season, maybe? I mean, he had 50 points in 82 games this most previous season, so he was already there, so to improve upon the ending parts of the season that he had, a season where he already had 20 goals and 50 points, there certainly is more potential here. And he's only 20 years old. That's crazy. Going over to the next thing that's talked about, Laine Hutson's first pro season. I mean, look, man, I don't know if there's going to be anybody on the planet that's more excited for Laine Hutson than me. Sorry. I know y'all love your Canadiens and y'all love your prospects, but I'm willing to bet that I may be one of the biggest Laine Hutson fans on the planet. Ever since the guy was a prospect eligible in the 2022 NHL Entry Draft, and we had made the videos talking about how he could be a steal and how he was the small guy out of the NTDP, and then he was drafted by Montreal, and we made the videos then saying that he was super good and such an underrated pickup. I mean, I've been on the Laine Hutson hype train for so long that I feel like it's almost a similar thing with Cole Caufield. I was on the Caufield train too. I like a lot of short players. Surprise, surprise, I'm only 5'3", so a lot of these guys I kind of relate to more than other NHLers. But for Laine Hutson, the skills, the talent, it's all on display in Montreal for 24-25. And if he's able to prove that his skill transcends the NCAA, the AHL even, and into the NHL right away, then Mike Matheson, buddy, who knows, your time on the first power play unit, it might be coming to a close as soon as this upcoming year. Watch out there, my friend. Let's go over onto the other point that is talked about. Ivan Demidov in the KHL. That guy's going to be an absolute menace, especially if he plays on the first line like we are kind of expecting him to at this point. The SKA St. Petersburg coaching staff, Roman Rottenberg, did go out there and say that Demidov's development will be prioritized in the upcoming year, which is very rare for KHL teams to go out there and admit. So to see it happen here, I'm certainly a fan of it. We'll see how Ivan Demidov does in the KHL this upcoming year. Speaking about talented players, though, Patrik Laine in his redemption arc is a guy that we will be paying attention to this upcoming year as well. I'm still kind of questioning where he fits into the lineup, like what players he'll play with if they break up the Suzuki, Caufield, Slafkovsky line to get Patrik Laine in there. But regardless, I feel like all of the hype for Patrik Laine is gonna be paid off in spades, honestly. This guy thrives in the spotlight. He can feel the love, the support from Montreal fans. The fact that he's out of the Players' Assistance Program now and that he's healthy. Patrik Laine is gonna be equipped with all the necessary tools to have the best season he has had in the NHL in years. And that's saying something. When he was a point-per-game guy in 2 out of the 3 most previously completed seasons, he was fine in 2022 and 2023. So, having everything fit into a redemption arc in Montreal, oh yeah, that's great. The next points here talk about some guys that are already on the team. Nick Suzuki can be a point-per-game plus caliber player. Cole Caufield has a healthy shoulder. Yeah, Suzuki being a point-per-game guy, I think we're about expected to see it happen this upcoming year. Not really all too surprising to see him approach that territory in 2024-2025, considering last season Suzuki had 77 points in 82 games. He is just getting better, and the guys around him are getting better too, so if he has an 82-point campaign, hey, nobody's going to be surprised. How's that for a trade return on Max Pacioretty, eh? And then you have yourselves Cole Caufield, who also had himself a pretty meh season compared to his own standards. I mean, he still had 65 points in 82 games played last year, but he had 28 goals, and a lot of people said, hey, this guy has a shoulder that needs to be worked on. Once he gets that fixed up and once he gets that all recovered, he can get more. Cole Caufield, everybody, could realistically hit 40 goals next season if everything works in his favor. If he gets 40, if Laine gets 40 at the same time, then who's gonna be the top Montreal Canadiens power play right-handed sniper? Honestly, the fact that you could have 2 of those makes things so beautiful. And I don't know anybody that's gonna go out there and deny what the Canadiens can bring with this kind of a core. Even if Caufield doesn't get 40 goals, if he gets 30 or 35, as long as he's potting in those snipes from long-range distance, we can start to see that shoulder slowly get back into place where it needs to be, and allowing this guy to produce the points and the goals that he can. Then there are guys coming back from injury, guys who are suiting up in North America that are talked about here. David Reinbacher getting a first full North American year. Yeah, that's going to be great to see. What exactly is this guy capable of after a bad season with EHC Cloton in the Swiss League? The league is okay, but the team was absolutely trash. So Reinbacher now playing in Laval, in a system where he was really good to end off 23-24, oh yeah, that's going to be great, baby. Cannot wait to see what David Reinbacher does. And then you have yourselves the other guys too, Kirby Dach coming back and being healthy. I mean, it's a matter of time for Kirby Dach, right? Same thing with Patrik Laine. I think Dach has had so much misfortune and just bad luck when it comes to being an available option. So Dach, being an 82-game player, will certainly bolster up his overall productivity rate. I think this guy definitely has a 60-point season in there somewhere. It's just a matter of when and whether or not this upcoming season is the one where he'll be able to do that. Michael Hage, of course, playing in the NCAA, will have himself a great cup of coffee to be a part of the Michigan Wolverines. They're just losing out on some pretty notable names. Rutger McGroarty, I think, is the big one, because, of course, that guy was traded over to Pittsburgh and he had signed, so he's not suiting up anymore. Gavin Brindley, I think, had already signed a contract too with the Columbus Blue Jackets, so right away, those are the 2 top point-producing guys on the Wolverines gone. Michael Hage has an opportunity to potentially take over that spot. We'll wait and see for 2024-2025. But for now, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you feel about all these exciting Habs stories heading into the upcoming season? One more for good measure. Juraj Slafkovsky's breakout year, Laine Hutson's first pro year, Demidov's year in the KHL, Patrik Laine's redemption arc, Nick Suzuki getting a point-per-game plus season, Cole Caufield getting the healthy shoulder, David Reinbacher having a first full North American season, Kirby Dach being back and healthy, and Michael Hage playing in the NCAA as well. This is going to be a fun Canadian season, everybody. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.